You already know what it is. It's the Kid Billionaire B. Yo, we are back in Atlanta, Georgia. Had to bring y'all another video, back with the one and only, the man himself, the Don Dada, Mr. Terrion Whitlock. What you gotta say to people, fam?
Listen, it's your boy Terrion Whitlock, Client Success Manager, ESC alumni. Listen, sales rep for the company, right-hand man, room 612 event space owner. We got the #1 event space in Douglasville, Georgia. Holla at your boy.
Yo, that's no cap, no kizzy. You already know what it is, man. Y'all can find my man on internet. He is bona fide. But we had to bring y'all back to the venue one more time because, of course, first and foremost, another gorgeous setup. You know what I'm saying? Another absolutely beautiful setup.
So let me just say this. Shout out to the setup team.
Shout out setup team.
Shout out to the setup team.
Shout out setup team.
I did like 10%. Like, it's a setup team for sure.
So first and foremost, this is absolutely gorgeous. So obviously you got different packages and whatnot. Which is this like your most popular package, or how does that work?
Yeah, this is actually our core offer package. This is our most popular package. Basically where people will come in and say, hey, I don't want all the bells and whistles, but I want it to be fancy. Boom, this is what you'll get.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So we got the marquee numbers and everything like that. They get all of this.
So this is considered like a 3-tier backdrop right here, because you get, of course, the 3 different arches. But literally, if one person just wanted this one backdrop, we can do that for them. Of course, we coordinate with colors. Setup team will paint. I had to come in here and do some touch-up paint. That was my 10%, right? Because I had to do some touch-up paint. And then, of course, I got my balloon specialist. Shout out to Novi. She comes in here and handles like all the balloons.
Went dummy.
Yeah.
I don't know who Novi is, but shout out Novi.
Yeah, Novi.
Shout out Novi.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. Come down over to Tablescape.
Yep.
Tablescape goes dummy.
Yep.
What's the name of the package?
This is the Pick a Date.
Pick a Date package.
Yeah, Pick a Date.
Simple, love it, right?
Yep.
There's a Pick a Date package. So with the Pick a Date package, do I get the balloons and the rental?
Yeah. So Pick a Date package, as far as decor is concerned, you're going to get a backdrop, right? So we gave them this backdrop we just sent them kind of like a mock-up. They chose this backdrop, and then she gave us the color scheme. What I did, because she's turning 80, so that's what the setup team messed up on. It's the 8, so
for real?
Yeah.
I don't think she gonna mind.
No, she will mind. So because she was turning 80, right? I was like, listen, I'm gonna make it special for you. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a little extra splash for her. And then once you come to the table setting, we're gonna give her the standard centerpieces. She wanted a little flair.
This is standard?
No. She wanted a little
flair.
That's
standard.
Fire. No. She wanted a little flair. She added a little bit to her package. So we upgraded her centerpiece.
Right.
So this is not standard centerpieces.
Oh wow. I was about to say this is nice. I ain't gonna lie. This is tough. Even down to the net. Like this is velvet.
There's a velvet. Yeah.
This is velvet. Okay, cool. Because I know a lot of times that people want to know, like in terms of like the mechanics of these things, right? So say for example, I walk through the door. I'm like, T, I want to Pick a Date package. How does it kind of look from like my idea or my deposit to coming up to something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, when you come in, we talk about, of course, date, how many guests, time slot, your budget, right? Then we come to the Pick a Date package. All right, cool. So I know scheme, theme, colors. That's all I need, right? We can make the rest of it happen. Now, if you want customization, give me a customization budget, right? You're gonna have to go up in budget. But if you want something just kind of standard plug and play, that's what the Pick a Date package is. We're gonna give you a backdrop, pedestals, balloons, marquees. The tables is gonna be standard chargers, centerpieces, and napkins, right? So it's all gonna be color coordinated, and depending on whatever your theme is, that dictates what the color is, all right? And so from there, deposit in hand, we build the package, I send it to the setup team, done data.
So talk to me real quick about the team that you've put in place, how you've trained them up, and how they are able to now autonomously set up beautiful packages like this with very, very little of your involvement.
So SOP.
Okay.
So SOPs are really, really key. SOPs
are
standard operating procedures. So standard operating procedures basically means if I'm here, this is what this setup looks like. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? Boom. So in my SOP package that I give everyone that comes on the team, it's going to be videos, it's going to be photos.
Nice.
Right? So it's going to be a video of me setting the backdrop up. This is where the backdrop sits. This is how far off the wall it sits. It should be centered in this place.
Wow.
Right?
So it's like a literal play-by-play.
It's a play-by-play. It's an SOP. It's dummy proof. So like literally my son can come in here and do it.
Wow.
Right? And so it's set up.
Yo, y'all gonna be getting a job real quick.
It's set up literally for my boys, you know what I'm saying? Like if they wanted to come in here and do a setup, they can come in here and do it. Same thing with table setting. Centerpieces sit here, center of the table. We need this how many tables we need. This is how many chairs we need. This is how many charger plates, napkins. Napkins should be folded this way. The napkins are located here. When you finish with them, they go back here. This is the process for the wash and fold. It should be in this bag. This is the color bag. Everything is broken down. Boom, 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 boom.
Nice. Switching gears for a second real quick. So now we were at the point where, all right, cool, I send the deposit, I pick a date, this and the third, I choose my selection process. Day of. How does that typically operate?
So
I want day of when you're here and when you're not here.
Right, two different setups.
100%.
Right, I was about to go on that, two different setups. So let's just say a person didn't get the pick a date, right? They got a standard package, right? Standard package, they want the venue, maybe some tables, chairs, and some linen, right? Day of, 24 hours before actually, they're receiving email. Email will have all necessary instructions, SOPs, videos, the whole 9 details. This is what we want it to look like when we leave. This is what it looks like before you got it, the whole 9, like it's detail, right? Any questions, comments, concerns, any questions are in these videos, in this email that the customer receives 24 hours in advance, right? And so that email includes a code. That code is to the back door, right? So they come in, they put the code in, they literally come in, turn the lights on, setup is done for them.
Wow. Oh, so they let themselves in.
They let themselves in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they let themselves in. And here's the reason why, right? I found out that when I was here, when we first started out, or if I had a setup person here, even if they didn't have a question, they're going to ask you to do something.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to ask you to do something. Oh, this is nice. This is perfect. Can we get one more table? You know what I'm saying?
I can attest to
this. This centerpiece is beautiful. I would love it if we can just get 2 more vases over here, right? All the extra stuff, right? So what I was just like, you know what? You go in, you get settled, and then if you have any questions for a basic setup, you can call us. We always have somebody available. For a major setup, we come in about 30 minutes prior to the event start, and then we're here for a total of an hour. So if anything catastrophic happens, table breaks, something is not functioning, light bulb doesn't work, you got that hour.
Wow.
You got that hour. You know what I'm saying? And then my security is here throughout the end of the night.
Wow.
Yep.
You are definitely more, you're definitely, I remember when I was doing it, literally, I had an event attendant from the time that their time started to the time, but here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, no, for sure.
For me, like, I did not, I guess it's more so because, like, I ran so many venues at the same time. So the chances of something coming up were a lot higher.
Yeah, it's a lot higher, yeah.
So when you have like 5, 6 events going on at the same time, it's like somebody gonna need something.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then especially at the volume, like we were doing like 40, 50 events a month. So it's like, all right, cool. And it's also, I think a lot of times people don't realize, especially, and these are all business things. Like
for sure.
I don't want anybody to look at this like, oh my God, that's so much. Like these are things that are gonna come up regardless.
Like, it will happen.
Any business. Like,
it will
always have fires that you gotta put out, right?
And like I say, you know, for those premium packages, we do have somebody here 30 minutes prior to the event, but we only give them like an hour, you know what I'm saying, of that for that person, because right behind that security comes.
Yeah, makes
you know what I'm saying? So I got somebody here throughout the duration of the night for every event. Security is gonna be here for every event. 80th birthday party, 90th, somebody turned 100, we got security. I don't care what's going on. We got security at every event. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, talk about the importance of security, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize.
So the biggest thing for me with security is I want to be able to sleep peacefully at night. Like, so I know my venue holds about 100, 120 people. There is a chance if alcohol is involved, you know what I'm saying, uninvited guests show up, right? Something will happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? I don't want to be disturbed. So I hire police officers, I hire sheriff, a Douglas County sheriffs, and my actual head of security is a Douglas County sheriff. So she knows, like, don't call me unless it's like on fire. Like, call 911, call backup, like call, you know what I'm saying, whoever. Don't call me, handle it. Number one. Number two is anytime alcohol is involved, things can go left field, right? Anytime we have evening events, things can go left field. I always think about uninvited guests. We got a baby shower, baby mama number 2 show up, you know what I'm saying? Security is here. Escort them out immediately. Like, no questions asked. Don't ask me, don't ask them. Escort them out. I want to be able to sleep. Yeah, I want to be able to sleep peacefully. And to that point, I have SOPs for my security guards too.
100%. Yo, I've had so many instances. I've literally had to fire security companies for that, because it's just like the guests would call me and they're just like, yo, there's this random guy just standing in the front. And I'm like, can you send me a picture of him? She's like, shh, oh, that's my security. She's like, oh, he didn't say nothing. I'm like, he didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
So now same thing, even security. It's like, yeah, you might know your security job, but this is how to work for 612.
Exactly.
This is how to work for BK Event
Exactly.
Spaces. This is what I need you to do. This is what you're wearing.
Yep.
This is what you say.
Yep.
This is how you close out.
Absolutely.
This is what's required.
Yep.
And this is what to do in a situation like that handled.
100%.
So people really, and which is also why we give all this stuff in Event Space Elite.
100%.
Because it's just like a lot of times as a new event space owner, you don't know.
You don't know.
You know, you don't know what the SOP is supposed to look like for a housekeeper or for a rental team or for a security team or for a VA or for a manager or for an open house attendant. Like people always talk about, I want to automate my business. A lot of times people don't realize what automating means.
Yeah.
You got to put, like, it's a service-based business. How do you scale service-based people, service-based businesses? Culture and training. You have to build a culture, you have to train them, and that's why it's so important. You really got to have the SOPs and things like that. But shout out Roadmap.
Shout out to the roadmap.
Shout out Roadmap.
Shout out to the roadmap.
We got in the Roadmap.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I also want to address real quick before we kind of like wrap up this video is that you've put a lot of nice touches on this thing that make people like. I think a lot of people think when they're getting into a venue that they got to put all the bells and whistles, right? Like they got to come and drop 60, 70, 100 grand. And I know personally venues that have dropped that kind of money and have had to shut their doors. Yeah. Which is crazy, but, you know, and take ESC. So I can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? But like you have nice pieces where it's like you have a nice chandelier, you have a projector, you have the rentals and whatnot. What do you feel has been the biggest game changer for you in your success?
The rentals.
The rentals?
The rentals, hands down, the rentals. The rentals have been hands down the biggest game changer as far as the amount of trips that we can take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For me, Queen and the boys. I would just say this. The space, cool. People come in here, they want the space, they like it, they walk in, they like, oh, it's nice, it's this, it's that. But when you add on this for $2,000, that for $3,000, give me that for $800, like that takes that $1,200, that takes that $2,000 weekend to an $8,000 weekend.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Or a $10,000 weekend. It's 100%. A game changer. So the rentals have been hands down the game changer for me because the rentals have allowed me to reinvest back into the space because the space didn't look like this when we first got it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like this. We had to keep reinvesting. The rentals help do that.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? We paint quarterly. That come out of the rental budget. You know what I'm saying? We got to paint the marquees every so often. That come out of the rental budget. We have to buy more rentals. That comes out of the rental budget. You know what I'm saying? We have to replace certain things that get broken around here. That comes out of the rental budget. So the rentals have been hands down game changer for us.
But yo, before we wrap up, my guy, what do you got to say to the people them? You know what I'm saying? Let them know where you at.
Listen.
Instagram, all that good stuff.
All right, it's your boy Terrion Whitlock, co-owner of Room 612 Event Center. We have the #1 event center here in Douglasville, Georgia. Listen, if you have questions, comments, concerns, any of that stuff, DM me, Instagram at Room 612. Check out some of the footage, check out some of the videos. Listen, we right here, Fathom Road, 2177 Fathom Road, Douglasville, Georgia. Holla at your boy.
Let's go. You already know what it is. Kid Billionaire B. Let's get it.